the neck and the body here, so you can see kind of shapes that I'm making. But I'm also going to go over some of the lessons and some of the things that might be covered today. So I'm going to just start by some of the things here. Let's go with, let's do bends 101, okay, just to kind of give you guys an idea of what we're looking at. So bends 101 and legato 101, these are the two lessons that we're going to cover today. And what I might do later is I'll go back and put these on YouTube, and we'll kind of edit it down so that because it's quite dry to look at in the first instance, but at the same time we're going to try and learn it so that everybody knows what they're looking at when they're actually looking at the neck on Rocksmith.
Okay, one of the most typical guitar sounding things you can do is bending the strings. Bending the string makes the notes pitch higher. The more you bend, the higher it goes. For now, let's just do a little one, what's called a half step.
Yeah, semitone half step. You can see there's a little bit lost in translation there, or lost in localization as we call it. Okay, I'm going to apologise in advance because you're going to get parts for the mic and parts from me.
You don't need to bend it quite that far. You got the right idea. Try again. Nailed it.
So there we are. So that's coming up a half step.
Using that half step bend.
So this is what we're going to cover this just for a little bit, just to give people an idea what you're looking at there. So this is the fourth fret down on the 11th fourth string. Okay, now it's my turn to actually play it. See on the neck there.
Let's try it again. It's a little bigger.
The string is just getting bent up as we go here.
So 12th fret this time.
So that'll play it, so you can see it as it's kind of going there. Yeah. So we're going up a full step this time.
Be sure you're on the right fret.
Oh, 12.
You're a little short of hitting that final note. Nicely done.
Yeah, there we go. So we'll swing that one up
now
there.
Check out this riff with a whole step bend, starting on the 14th fret.
Okay, and you can see the rotation. So it's just the one little arrow is to go with is just to go up a half step. Two little arrows is to go up a full. So you're just like putting the extra bend in, you're going up an extra note.
Here's that riff again, but let's just listen to it. You can play after that.
Okay, so up and then.
Play it now. Nice one.
Okay, so you can see the notation there. What you're actually looking at that point is you kind of almost like imagine the neck of the guitar. If you're looking at the back of your guitar, you imagine the neck is completely transparent.
The high E, B, and G strings will get
and so what you're actually seeing is where your finger would be if you were actually staring from the back. It seems counterintuitive, but a little bit of time with it completely makes sense. Yeah, so they are. So if you're on the lower end strings, you bend up the way, but if you're on the ones higher up in the fretboard, there we go. So we're bending.
Right on, nice.
Yeah, so it's just
cool. Let's put
going
that
down just to give yourself more room on the fretboard. Okay, there we go. So this is just a very quick lesson here. I apologise for the doubling down on the guitar sounds here, but.
Okay, you play now. music making right there.
Okay, they do slightly kind of,
You're
they
ready
slightly
to apply this to
over-reward
a
you for
practice
getting
track
things
now.
right, but,
Here goes.
nice to be encouraged. Yeah, so I know the camera went a little bit out of focus there, but hopefully there's been enough of the footage on here that you can see that it's actually going to make it a little bit easier to follow along.
Flawless performance.
And now we're going to do next one is hammer-ons and pull-offs.
You can really spice up your playing with hammer-ons and pull-offs. Let's take hammer-ons for starters. After you play one note, you can play another one by just pressing your finger down without picking again. Play it now. Excellent. Let's put that hammer-on into a riff. Here's that riff again, but let's just listen to it. You can play after that. Now your turn. Amazing. All right, now for the hammer-on's evil twin, the pull-off. It's really not bad at all. You just play a note, then release it with a tiny pluck to play the lower note without re-picking.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get this one relatively well.
Okay, try playing it now.
Killed my camera.
Excellent.
There we go.
Let's try playing a riff using that pull-off.
Okay, let's try this. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to find different kind of settings and things that can make my camera relatively visible without actually, obscuring the view too much.
Listen to this riff one more time before you play it. Now your turn. Nailed it.
Okay, there we go.
The
So
fun
that's
really starts when you start connecting hammer-ons and pull-offs in a row. All you're gonna do here is put the hammer-on and pull-off together. That's 3 notes for the price of 1. Now your turn.
Okay, here we go. Next round on this one.
Nailed it. Here's the kind of riff you can get using hammer-ons and pull-offs together. Here's that riff again, but let's just listen to it. You can play after that. Now
Okay.
your turn.
Here we go.
Let's try that again.
Missed the note. Whoops.
Sweet. Okay,
now we're on the
now
practice
let's
track.
put it all
Let's see how we
together
get
in
on.
a song. Here goes.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
Exceptional performance.
Okay, there you go. So you can see hammer on and pull offs are a little bit faster and a little bit more movie around, but they're kind of worth knowing for what I'm about to show you guys next, and then we're going to just round things off. So we're playing today is the song called "The Regulator" by a band called Clutch, which is pretty damn cool. It's kind of bluesy, kind of heavy, and so you might even recognise it when you play it. Yeah, that was good. It's quite, but nice kind of heavy rock here. And what you can see up there, so you've got the little musical notes is number 37, and that tells you how many times I've played the song. 525 is how long the song is. 2004 is the year it was released. Drop D is the tuning, and it's in drop D tuning. So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about that as we go on here. But first, we're going to just go ahead and start on. So guitar will need to be retuned to play this song, and yeah. So what you're doing at this point, normally what you have is this is an E note, A, D. So the rest of the guitar is a normal standard tuning, but this actually gets dropped down to two whole notes. So instead of being an E note, it's down to being a D. So that's perfectly in tune now. We even actually start the song as well. So the whole purpose and point of something being in a drop tuning is that a thing called a power chord when you're normally playing. You may have covered this. We covered this in kind of earlier videos. What you tend to have is your first finger is on a specific fret, and then your middle finger can come in a little bit later. But for the most part, you're looking at the low three strings, as in the lowest notes. So whatever this is, you would then move your ring finger one string down and 2 frets across, and your pinky would go directly underneath it on the string underneath. So what you're actually seeing is this. So it would be here. Your ring finger is here on the second string. Yep. So for example, here what I'm playing here, this is a G. That's a D flat, and a G flat. Now that's the shape that you would get in this one, which is no, it's not actually how it's supposed to be, because it's in drop D tuning. What it does is it drops the whole string down. So in order to get the same note that would be here on standard tuning, you actually have to move your finger up 2 notes. So you can then actually create just a single bar with your finger. So you're just running your whole pinky along, and you're actually, so that's G flat, D flat, and G flat. So with those three, what you're doing is you're creating a bass note, a fifth, and then 1 octave higher. and that's how you're doing so. So all you need to do is strum the top 3 notes and you've got yourself a power chord just with one finger. And that's all you need to know about that one. That's the reason why people tend to do things in drop tuning, is sometimes just to make it a little bit easier, and also you can then sometimes get yourself just a little bit more, you know, a little bit more meat at the bottom, you know, if you need it. As opposed to, I mean, most normally you'll start right here, you know. And so that's the main reason for drop detuning, is sometimes it just makes the formation of power chords a little bit easier, and you can slide around the neck a little bit better as well. So what we're going to do is just get started on some of the basics here as well. So, and yeah. Now a lot of this is just going to be the repeating on a theme at this point. So. So what you're looking at here is the 3rd string down, which is the D string. So if you're looking down on your guitar here, 3rd string down, and the D string, and then up one is the yellow, which is your A string. Yeah, there you go. So we're just going to okay, let's pull that one in a bit. Yeah. So what you're doing there is you're starting up on the high end of the neck here, 10th and the 10th and 12th frets. So. Okay. So your index finger should be on the 10th fret, and your ring finger will be on the 12th for the most part. And then you're moving down with towards the 6th, 5th, and 3rd. So, and then for the 3rd, and then you're sliding all the way back up to the 10th and 12th. Okay, there we go. So we're just going to do this one nice and slow at this point, and we'll move on to some of the other parts in a little bit. But here we go. Let's start with this one now. This is the kind of main meat of the thing. Up one to the 12th. Up one to your ring finger here, and then hammer on. That's the hammer on the cover. There we go. Slide all the way down. There we go. Okay, so that was the slowed down. Now we've got that relatively well. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to kill the Okay, there we are. So just got my microphone back on there. So that was moving on just a little bit faster. Now, for the most part, this is it's all relatively straightforward. So that part in particular, the only thing you need to worry about is the. I fucked up already. Got it wrong. So let's see. So. Lost my tuning on this entirely, so let's just go back and repeat that part. But at the same time, it's something that you can follow relatively well when you're actually just in the moment with it. So let's just back it up here.
And how many times have I prayed? Oh, I feel like crying.
Let's pause that for a sec. So. Okay, and what you're doing there, that's what's called a pentatone. You're marching up and down the notes there, so you're just kind of walking along with your fingers along the notes. 1, 2, 1, 2, working your way down the notes, so working your way down the strings. And back up. Okay, so that's the main parts that we're covering here. It's a really straightforward song for the most part, so we're just going to jump around a little bit now. And
How many times have I prayed? I will get lost along the way.
and there's a little bend in there.
With the feathers of angels stuck beneath your head. The regulator, swinging pendulum. Dream with the feathers of angels stuck beneath your head. The regulator.
So the only thing that's a little bit different is you can slide down rather than jumping to the sixth. And here we are, this is the bigger part. And there's your bar chord, that's what it comes in. So I'm just going to slow this down again. Come to, okay, so let's practice that for now, and we'll slow it down a little bit. Okay, so there we go. So we're covering pretty much everything at this point. This is a really good song, but it's got some really basic parts put together. So that's the 8th and 10th fret down on the B string here, and then just lighten your whole fingers up to the 10th and 12th. And then down to the 7th and 9th on the D, so the G string. And then it's 10 and 12, so I'm using my index finger for the 10th, or for the power chord on the 10th fret. And then just from there, I'm just slapping my middle finger down. And then towards the end, you're just putting your index finger on the 2nd fret of the G string and just letting this whole thing ring out straight. Up to the 4th string, then down to the orange string, or the G string as it's called this, and that's the last power ring out. So hopefully this is something that will make a whole lot more sense as we go down. As I'm editing this again for YouTube and things, I'll have the order switched around a little bit. But we'll do it from here, and I think this is going to pretty much cover everything except for the last little part at the end, which we'll go over. I'll go back and just find the little finale part in a minute. But in the meantime, we're just going to resume the practice on this one, and
Is his wallet fat for not
go. So for the most part, it's a really straightforward song. Most things are covered in it so far. The only thing I'm just going to go back and change over is just a little tiny bit at the end here. You might find so it's like a.
Come with me and walk along. Come with me and walk along this road.
Okay, so I'm just going to extend this whole thing out here for a minute. So if you've been following along so far and you're finding this relatively easy, this part, this is should be fairly straightforward to you, but at the same time you might also find a bit of problem with it. So I'm going to do just 80% speed, and then we'll come back and talk about it, and then go into more detail of what I'm actually doing. So here we are. Okay, so there we are. So that's just, this is the little kind of tiny bit at the end here. I'm just going to try and kind of slow it down again. So it's just the from the 10th and the 7th fret. So and then from the 3rd string, the blue string down, you slide to the 6th and the 5th fret as well. I'm breaking that down for myself, how that makes more sense to me is by anchoring my fingers at this point. So my index finger is on the 10th fret, my ring finger goes to the 12th. The next part that comes up is I try and keep my middle finger out of it as much as possible, because I'm just sliding all the way down into the 6th fret, all on the same string, and then my index finger, and sliding down one more. I mean, the same thing would work, but it's just the way my own fingers are operating for me at this point, so whoever feels most comfortable to yourself. But because that then gives my pinky a chance just to swing up to the 8th fret on the 2nd string, the A string, and then my ring finger falls down into the 4th string. There we go. So that's how it works for me at that point. Hopefully the camera is clear enough that you guys can follow that here. And so we're just going to go back and play this at this point. Once we've covered that, then I'm going to go back and we'll replay the full song from the beginning with the full intro, which has got a little bit of quiet time in it anyway, so you can mess around and improvise as much as you want there as well. But let's see, and then we'll put the whole thing together and play a song. hopefully that's making a whole lot more sense for everybody now. So we're going to just play the full thing from the beginning and see how it goes. So if you've got your guitar to hand, hopefully you've learned a few useful things today, and we're going to go on and see what we can do. So I'm going to play this. I like this song anyway. Just this really lovely crunchy groove to it, and then sorry, I was looking for my dog. I thought my dog had snuck up behind me for a sec, and here we go. We're going to restart the song and play along and see what we can get to. In the meantime, I'm also going to disable the mic so that you're getting purely the guitar from the game feed rather than from myself as well. The feedback's a bit jarring sometimes, so let's go. Okay, so there we go. That was the Regulator by Clutch. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and hopefully I'll be able to put it together into something
Exemplary
exemplary
performance.
performance. You know what? I can live with that.